Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to the show. This is your favorite host Newa Mungaro, and today the chef. Of course, we have to do the magic and the magic must go on. Unfortunately today our chef are not here, but we'll carry on. The show must go on. Lazima watu wakule, lazima watu wapike. So straight onto the show. But before I go straight to into the show, I want to wish every Muslim, all our Muslim brothers and sisters, a happy and a blessed Ramadan. As you fast, remember, pray for us also. Pray for us who are not Muslims, and pray for the whole country, and we'll win this fight for COVID. So straight onto the show. Today I am making something very simple, something that you would prefer even start making right now for your dinner, because it's one of the simplest recipes I've seen so far and my favorite. Tuko na nyama ya ng'ombe. We have our onions, we have our tomato paste, we have our dania, we have our a mixture paste of garlic and ginger, of course, salt or oil, and of course our secret ingredient, but now it's not even secret anymore, a lime, just one lime as a tenderizer. Of course, our spinach pale a compliment. Okay, so let me turn on our pan. So guys, tell me, how has your week has been? How is the week so far? So good, I hope. To those guys who are fasting, nini ulikuwa miss the most? Najua everyone is telling me saumu imekuwa very harsh, but the first days of Ramadan, by they're always like really bad, because you tend to, like, you're hoping nini, how will I say it? You're hoping that you've eaten all through the whole year, let me say the whole year. Then now you have to start fasting for 40 days, but the sacrifice is always worth. Most of my friends and part of my family, after the Ramadan, they tell me, hey Nema, I feel more healthy, I feel lighter, I feel way better right now. I feel, I can start, even I can continue fasting. So I'm seeing our pan it has already heated up. So we'll drop our nyama. Make sure you're really careful when putting your nyama. Awesome. Nice. And because tunataka nyama yetu iendelee kuiva vizuri, so you remember, you put your mafuta when your pan is very hot. That's how I do it. You know, instead of me waiting there it is. So I put a very little mafuta. Reason being, we want to cover the meat. We want to, what's the word that we learned last week? Someone please go to our Facebook page, of course, and write down that word that we used last time when Chef Michelle was trying to cover. There was a word that she used, actually. There's a word that she used. Go there, text it, tell us what it is, and of course we'll give you a shout out by next week, of course. So that it is. Tunaweka nyama yetu inaendelea kuiva vizuri. As it continues, make sure you keep on turning it, because you also don't want it to stick at the bottom. Nakumbuka ukiweka nyama straight kwa mafuta huwa ina stick. So when it's sticking and you don't keep on turning it, it could be really bad for your pan. And of course you can use that, obviously, but I usually don't like my meat stuck on the pan. It doesn't give you like a nice feel when you're turning it. So I'm just turning my nyama. As you can see, the mafuta imekunywa, imeisha kwa sababu of the meat. It has some water, of course, the juice. So the juice inatokanga. So on this process, you also don't want to make it too dry. You don't want to make it too dry because you don't want the meat to be too dry. You know, whenever chicken, nyama choma imeka kwa moto sana, it's usually very dry and the feel is never nice. It's not juicy. Yani utamu yote imeisha tu. So you just want it to go more on this. And of course, na make sure nyama zote remember, as I said earlier, you keep on turning because you can see even some of the meat were getting stuck right onto the pan. Don't be shy, just keep on turning. Turn your meat. Turn your meat. Badilisha nyama inaendelea tu kuiva mos. Aya. As it's getting ready, we'll let it settle for a few minutes, of course, roughly 5 minutes, so that it continues cooking up. Yeah. So the onions, as I said, be very generous with the onions. So just turn, changanyisha vizuri tu, pole pole, pole pole, hakuna haraka. Pole pole kabisa. Then now I'm seeing that the oil itakuwa kidogo, so I'll add, but it's optional. Unaweza tu acha ile mafuta tulikuwa tumeweka at the beginning, but naona niweke mafuta. Ndio. Hapa leo tuweki spices. Tunaongeza moto kidogo. Hapa tuweki spices, tunaendelea tu kupika hivyo. The natural way. I won't say the ushago style because I just discovered guys back home wanapikanga chakula tamu kutushinda. Tamu na healthier kutushinda hapa in the city. I just said city. Uku town. So make sure you keep on turning. Nice, nice. Nimebadilisha kidogo, nimemwaga my onion, but it's okay. Hapa ni kuturn tu. So which other recipes do you guys want to see? You want to see a recipe like this, something simple like this? Of course, everyone wants to see something simple, something direct. Kitu yenye haina complications. So we got you. Go on our Facebook platform, pale Lolwe TV. Enda pale Facebook Lolwe TV. Write down, right below that poster for this meal, of course. Right below that, write down what you want to see, recipe, other ways unatengenezanga hii food. I'm sure you guys have like easier ways than the one I'm making right now. go there on our Twitter handle, Lolwe TV. Of course, tuko na YouTube channel pale YouTube. Enda Lolwe TV Kenya, search for Lolwe TV Kenya and you find our YouTube channel pale. Subscribe, hit notification button. Don't forget to hit the notification button so that you can get other notifications, of course, when the show is uploaded, when other shows are also uploaded. And yeah, it's always exciting talking to you guys. Maze, lazima uende usubscribe. Don't be left behind. Alright. So, if you guys have noticed, yeah, I have not put, I didn't put any salt. So I'm going to put a bit of salt. But if I put the salt, let's just drop down our paste. So remember what I said, this is salt, a bit of salt, a pinch of salt, garlic and ginger. They made a paste of it. So sitaki kubakisha chochote kwa hii spoon yangu. And then tunaikoroga. Leo ni kukoroga tu. Today is just mixing up our food. Tunakoroga tu. Now don't worry, I know at the pan you can see that it may stick kiasi. Don't worry. All this grease, we need it. We need all this mixture. Just keep on stirring. Make sure your heat is really high. My heat is very high. That's why I have to keep on turning my nyama. It's smelling awesome already. Before the garlic gets ready, tutaweka kachumvi ketu kidogo. Put enough. Ni utumia macho kupima. So make sure you're really careful because some of us are chefs, so we can do this. We can do this easily, and tunajua haita kuwa mingi. Water. Just a little bit. You stay far a bit because now there's oil inside and you don't want to get yourself burnt. Taki kujichoma. So, sasa itabidi push the greasy because we want that that greasy part at the bottom. Hope you can see. Look at that. So we need all this to be off the pan and into our meat. As we have put, so remember we put a bit of water. I'll put a spoonful of tomato paste. You can use tomato juice. You can use the fresh tomatoes. It depends on what you prefer. I prefer the tomato paste for the color and of course for the thickness. Nice. Awesome. This is looking very, very good. Look at that. Because of that water, the greasy part imetoka yote, unaona? It looks like the pan is all clean. Siri ya hii recipe ni unakoroga chakula yako. Naendelea tu kukoroga. You just mix it up. So it's really hands-on. And the best way I would advise is ukiwa unapika hii recipe, kata kila kitu yako, kata. Make sure everything is ready. So when you turn on the pan, it's chop all the way to the end. Look at that. Awesome. So we leave it for around, you will cover it and we leave it for around roughly 5 minutes. 5 minutes apple, and then let me go on a very short break as we wait for it to cook up. I said 5 minutes, and be right back, guys. Don't keep it. Just keep on keeping it Lolwe and don't move. All right. Hi guys, and welcome back to the show. This is Cook and Dine, and I'm your host now, Mungaro. Come on, miss the first bit. I need to turn this. It's sticking just a little bit, but yeah, hii nyama iko tayari. So if you miss the first bit, pole sana. But as I always say, subscribe so you can get notification. Pale YouTube. So go on your YouTube channel, subscribe. That is Lolwe TV Kenya. Na utapata episode ya kwanza yumekosa. So next time, do not miss the first bit. So I will just move this here, and I will get our sufuria, of course, for the spinach. So there was some of the ginger paste that ilikuwa imebaki. I will just put mafuta tu kidogo. Mafuta kidogo, because I want the pan to hiyo ni kidogo vizuri. All right, at this point, I am going to sprinkle this to the nyama, nicely. Dani yangu wa mimi sipiki, so yeah. I'm going to use this big mwiko, for reason being, this spinach taki in stress. I'm not using any onions or anything. I just want to steam her up. Because tuko na ka garlic, acha tukaive tu kidogo. So let's just talk about this meal. I learned how to make this when I started living alone. Kuwa bachelor si mchezo. So nilijifundisha hii, but I realized when I went back home and I made this recipe, kila mtu alipenda, and it was like, hey, be making this one for us every time you come, and it became my recipe. I know the other ways you can make this recipe, of course, but this is how I make mine. So guys, go there on our Facebook page and tell us, recipe yako ilikuwa ni gani when you just moved out. Now usiseme mayai, because all of us made eggs for a long while. So recipe yako ilikuwa ni gani? Ile umefika home umechoka na unataka chakula haraka na chakula tamu. Tell me. Mine was this and ugali. And we'll definitely serve this with ugali. This is looking really nice. So I'll reduce the fire kidogo. Punguza tu. Nice. For every meal, you must have a little vegetable hapo ndani. Very healthy. And I learned from Chef Michelle that when you're making your spinach, or you're making your skuma wiki, you're making your normal vegetables, make sure that inabaki kwa iko na ka green. Isikwe imeturn color kabisa. Ikuwe na ka green, so that you maintain the green pigmentation. Can I say that? You don't kill your vegetables. Let me add more salt. For the guys who don't take salt, of course, if I used butter, then I'll put little salt. For the guys who don't use salt, unaweza kula hii spinach hiyo, imagine. I don't mind. I normally actually enjoy food with less salt in them. So if I use butter, I'll put very little salt, just kwa kale ka taste, or no salt at all. Wow. So this is ready. We are going to serve it with our ugali, and our ugali is actually ready. We made the ugali way earlier before we started making the nyama pan, nyama pan. That's what I've called it, nyama pan, and our spinach. So yeah, so just leave it just roughly 30 seconds apple to simmer up. Make sure also your cooking area is clean. So make sure you clean up at all times. Na hii iko tayari guys. So let me start serving. Yeah, it's serving time guys. So yay. So our nyama of course. For those guys who hupendi kuweka dania mara mwisho, weka tu ive. And the rain is coming. Bless up. So if you don't want lemon, you wouldn't put lemon right now. If you want, of course, you have to put your lemon. But just 1 second. We put our spinach. Hapa kando. Now take a good look at this food. As I said, you clear out your cooking area and chakula is served. Of course, our lemon hapo ndani. Because it's really juicy. Nataki kuwa na a lot of mess. So look at that. So just put a little bit of the juice. I love my lemon. And of course, our food is ready, guys. Yay! We made it. We made it till the end. And because it is always an honor to the chef, myself that is, I will do the honors and test the food. So, ugali yetu iliiva. Asanteni sana. Utachukua ako kanyama and our spinach, of course. Spinach, remember, look at that. It's ready, even steaming up. Guys, you must try this food. I can't even, I have to go and finish this food. But you guys have to keep it at Lolwe. Until next time, guys, this has been Cook and Dine. Follow us on our YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all across Lolwe TV. Until next time, see you.